Hey there, it's Patti Rumsey, your local Fort Mill doula, and I'm so happy to be here with Alicia Inslee Smith of Inslee Photography. I've known her for a while, but I want to ask her some questions about her business. So, Alicia, tell me when you first knew that photography was for you.
Okay, so I always had a camera, like as long as I can remember. I remember being, I don't know, 7 or 8, and I had the little blue film camera. So I've always taken pictures. It's always been something I enjoyed. But in college, I actually took a summer class. Wasn't thinking of photography as a career at all. And I just fell in love with it. And ironically, one of my first experiences in the darkroom when I really fell in love with photography and pregnancy, ironically, a friend of mine had photographed her sister's pregnancy, and I was like, oh my goodness, those are amazing. That is just awesome. But I truly thought fine art was where I would go with photography. And I never thought of it as a career until I interned for a portrait artist. And it just blew me away what she could do with families and kids. And so that's where I sort of thought about a career in photography.
So, your favorite subject is?
Maternity and newborn. I guess I'm just fascinated with the fact that you can grow a person. Like, that is just, even as a mother, it's still fascinating to me. You know, the whole time frame and how it starts, and then you just progress and your belly gets bigger and they start moving and you feel them, and then you have a baby. I mean, that's just amazing to me. So that's where I sort of started. I started photographing all my friends' pregnancies and then just sort of grew from there. I love capturing that time in a woman's life for her and capturing that newborn while they're so small, because it doesn't last very long. You know, I have clients that come in and we do the maternity and we do the newborn, and then they come in 2 weeks later and, pick up their pictures, and they're like, this baby doesn't look anything like the one in the picture.
Right.
Like, they just grow so fast.
Mm-hmm.
It really is amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's so true. And I mean, that's what makes getting those photographs so important.
Yes.
So I know the hard and fast old rule was like every 3 months get their picture taken.
I personally do, the 1-year plan. And I don't stick to the hard and fast dates as much as the milestones.
Okay.
So I do it a little different, but I do, obviously the newborn, and then the smiling stage, and then the like pushing up stage, and then sitting, and then, standing and walking. So.
Okay. So what should people ask when they're hiring a photographer?
Well, a couple things. For a maternity, they should ask when, to contact and when to come in. I think, contacting a photographer anytime in your pregnancy is okay. But for first-time moms, recommend between 32 and 36 weeks for your portrait session.
Okay.
So you want to contact them before that so that you can, finalize details, figure out if you're going to be in studio or on location.
Okay.
Here we have quite a few dresses that moms can wear, so they don't have to go shopping or pick anything special.
Nice.
But some moms still want to pick out their own and get something very specific. So you want to have time for something like that to come in. One of the dress manufacturers that I love takes about 6 weeks to get your dress. So that's why it's nice that we have them here. But if you wanted to go with your own, that's an option. For newborn, you want to ask time frame again. I like, 5 to 10 days, but up to 2 weeks you can still do the newborn. And then, so that's, something you have to plan ahead, but you also have to play by ear. Like, there's no hard and fast date for your newborn until they have arrived. Because as you know, babies come when they're ready. They're ready.
Yes.
But I think too, you should ask about what safety training they've had with newborns, what experience they've had with newborns. Are they, certified photographer? Are they, are they able to get all the things that you're looking for and what's important to you? Obviously part of the reason that we have a studio here makes it easy to control a lot of variables. Like I can keep it very warm in here for baby, keep them comfortable. You know, we have lights that we can use that are safe for baby. And we don't have to worry about, you know, things at home, because when a new mom has just had a baby, she doesn't really want anybody coming into her house. Nobody wants to clean up for me to come over and photograph their kids. So that's why it's nice they can come here and do their pictures, and then, you know, they don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
That might be the first time in a couple's life or a mom's life that she's ever hired a photographer.
Yeah.
Above Your Head is an example of some of your work. And, you know, it's great when we can work in exactly the medium, so to speak, that we want to, because what happens is we excel and we are going to offer the very best of ourselves to our clients when we're, in your case, photographing exactly what we want and who we want to photograph. And I think that is just so cool that you already know that that's exactly what your passion is. You told me that you prefer print over digital.
Yes. So I feel like digital is only doing half the service. Photography is a service industry. Like, we are here to create something for you to tell your family story and your baby's story, and your pregnancy story. And I feel like giving the digital files is, hey, I photographed your story. Now you have homework. Now you have to figure out which ones you like, where you want to put them, what size they need to be. Like, it's just, listen, you just had a baby. You do not need homework.
Right.
You need me to do these things for you, so that you can have ultimately a beautiful example of your family on the wall. So what I like to do is meet with the moms before baby comes and talk about what they're going to want and what they're going to need, and help them figure out what really works for them and their space. And also, you know, helping them get a finished product. Doesn't have to be wall art. We also do albums, and albums are just beautiful. But that helps us to know how to plan ahead. I like to plan. I'm a planner. And I also feel like digital files, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. You know, one, if I give you 100 files, then you have to pick. But also, there's so many different places you can get stuff printed, and it's all gonna look a little bit different. And the beauty of what we do is I work with a specific lab. So, you know, my computer is calibrated to their printers. So I know that it's going to come out the right color. It's going to be accurate to your skin tone. Whereas if you go to somewhere else, you know, even my file that I calibrated at home, you know, to my system may look different on their system.
Okay.
And if I'm not communicating with that lab, then you may end up with a slightly green looking baby, and that's not a good thing.
Right.
That's not serving you.
Wow.
You know.
That's really interesting information. So, is there anything you would like families to know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would like for families to know, you know, when you call me, I'm going to ask some questions about, you know, what you're looking for. And then before I ever pick up my camera, I'm going to have a consultation and talk about what you need for you. Talk about, you know, your plan, so that I can help you in a way that makes sense. So it is very much like the doula. It's a very custom experience. It's not a one size fits all.
Right.
You know, I have some families that come in and they want the whole, you know, family with baby, mom with baby, dad with baby, and some families come in and they just want the baby photographed.
Okay.
And that's totally okay too.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that we can talk about. And then I also have a lot of moms who come in and they have a toddler at home or an older child.
Okay.
And I think that it's really important to capture that relationship. And sometimes, you know, we're a little nervous about bringing a toddler in and a newborn.
Yeah.
So I like to tell moms, you know, we have plans and we have backup plans. You know, of course, if your older child wants to hold baby, that's usually an awesome portrait.
Yes.
But if your baby is, 15 to 18 months and they're not really sure what a baby is or how to react, sometimes we have to use a little bit of magic and photograph baby and then photograph toddler and make it one picture. And that's always an option for moms that they, may not have thought of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the most memorable pictures is my 22-month-old holding my newborn.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody that walks past is like, oh my gosh. But it's just the moment of capturing that second in their lives. I mean, that's why I recommend you so much, because I know you're going to go above and beyond for your clients. And, I mean, that's having already lived and already having raised four kids, I know how important those pictures are. Like that mom that's bringing the newborn in might not really understand because she doesn't have the perspective yet. Those pictures are really, really important.
Yeah.
When those kids grow up. So.
And they're important to the kids. And I think sometimes we don't think about that. We think about how important they are to mom. But like my 9-year-old, one of his favorite things to do is to show off his baby pictures. He loves looking through that baby album and showing them to the people that come to visit. I mean, he showed my mom more times than I can count his baby pictures. But it means a lot to him because I don't know exactly how to explain it, but it's like he feels super important because he was a baby and, and all this happened. And it just has a lot of ramifications that maybe we don't realize.
I think so
like
too.
The kid's self-esteem is very supported by seeing those pictures and, knowing that his family was there for him.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.